What's up, everyone? Evan Jones with you here for another episode of the RPAC Rundown podcast. On this week's episode, we will look at last week's featured matchup we had on Tuesday, January 21st, when Bertrand played Maywood Hayes Center on the basketball court. Of course, we've had the RPAC basketball tournament beginning last week, running all the way to Saturday this week. So next week's podcast, we'll have a recap of that. We also will recap RPAC Wrestling as the tournament took place on Saturday. If you want to see all the results from that, go to rpacrundown.com and read the full blog on that. Also, Sam Bantam of Southern Valley will join us as the Eagles took home the team title at RPAC Wrestling. Finally, Athletes of the Week, brought to you by First Central Bank, will be at the end of the show. As always, check out our social media pages and rpacrundown.com. Of course, the RPAC Rundown podcast is brought to you by a bunch of great sponsors like Arapahoe Rehab and Fitness, Cambridge Supermarket, Webb's Oilfield Service, Cambridge Rehab and Fitness, Onyx Native, and C+. We'll take a break. You're listening to the RPAC Rundown podcast. Last Tuesday on January 21st, we had one RPAC Rundown featured matchup, I should say one night of RPAC Rundown featured matchups. Ahead of the RPAC basketball tournament, Bertrand played host to Maywood Hayes Center. In the girls' game, Maywood Hayes Center struggled on offense to begin with, as Bertrand was tough on defense, but eventually the Wolves were just too much and they won 42-13 over Bertrand. For the Vikings, Brooklyn Evans had 4 points, and Caitlin Evans and Shelby Shaney each had 3. For Maywood Hayes Center, Kaylee Softly had 15 points, Blakely Farr had 12, and Carissa Stengel had 9. The boys' game was a thriller, and Bertrand captured the victory 64-56. Cade Bros led MHC with 14 points, Grady Erickson had 11, and Charlie Callis had 11 off the bench. For Bertrand, Marcus Hernandez dominated the game with 25 points. Thunder Nelson and Hunter Nelson each had 13, and Caden Hatfield had 11. This RPAC Rundown featured matchup was brought to you by C+, Go Light, and Stengel Taxidermy. We'll take a short break and then recap the RPAC Wrestling tournament from Saturday, January 25th. Cambridge hosted the RPAC Wrestling Tournament on Saturday. This season, the field expanded by 2 teams as Sutherland and Highline attended their first RPAC meet. Southern Valley clinched the RPAC title without winning a single weight class. They had a number of second placers, and the Eagles wrestled well and found a way to win. This is the first RPAC title for the Eagles since the 2015-2016 season. Let's begin by looking at the team scores and how things shook out. Southern Valley obviously was the winner with 152.5 points. Cambridge, they were the runners-up. Last year they won the title. This year they had 149 points, so it was a tight race. Coming in third, Hitchcock County with 123.5 points. Alma was in fourth with 103 points. Sutherland came in fifth with 95.5 points. Highline finished sixth with 85 points. Arapahoe, they were 7th with 60.5 points. Juanita Palisade finished 8th with 58. Bertrand finished 9th with 44. For Dundee County Stratton, they were 10th with 35. Southwest, they came in 11th with 26. Maxwell finished 12th with 18 points. Medicine Valley in 13th with 7. And Paxton finished 14th with 6 points. Now for the individual winners. At 106 pounds, Connor Edwards of Highline was the champ. At 113 pounds, it was Grady Dempsey of Sutherland. He was an RPAC champ. At 120 pounds, it was Scotty Anderson of Sutherland as he took the title. At 126 pounds, Tegan Yurkowski of Dundee County Stratton was the winner. At 132 pounds, Ian Dunsey of Alma was an RPAC champ. At 138 pounds, it was Dirk Sayer of Cambridge. He was the title winner. At 144 pounds, Luke Harper of Sutherland was an RPAC champ. At 150 pounds, Carter Haynes of Cambridge was the RPAC champ. At 157 pounds, Colton Perks took the title. And Colton Perks is from Cambridge, I should mention too. And I don't know if I said Carter Haynes. He's also from Cambridge at 150 pounds. At 165 pounds, it was Samuel Hare of Hitchcock County. He took home the title. At 175 pounds, it was David Briner of Juanita Palisade. He placed first. At 190 pounds, big day for Jeremy Felix. Really cool for him. Of course, he's from Alma. He took first at 190 pounds, captured his 150th career win, and then set a couple of new school records for career takedowns at 285, and then career pins at 112. At 215 pounds, Carson Schuler of Hitchcock County was the champ. At 285 pounds, Jason Smith of Arapahoe was an RPAC champ. And as we mentioned, to see all of the results and coverage from that day, check it out at rpacrundown.com, as we have the blog with the placers and everything else, and some really cool pictures too. Coverage was not possible for this without some great sponsors. So coverage of the RPAC Wrestling Tournament was made possible by these wonderful sponsors: Red Roof Farms, Wakanda Boats and Motors, Stalder Repair, Aurora Co-op, Prairie Girl Candle Company, Whitetail Farms, Hawkswell Motors, Dakey Law Office, Western Nebraska Bank, Bentley and Kisker PC, Law Office of Ashley K. Spahn, The Press, C+, Medicine Creek Family Dentistry, Amateurs Bar and Grill, Lord's Hardware and Furniture, Goodberry Farms, Happy's Fuel Store and Feed Center, First State Bank in Bertrand, Arapahoe Rehab and Fitness, Dundee County Hospital and Quality Healthcare, Holdridge Family Dental, Copeland Electric, Midwest Auto Sales and Service, Waypoint Bank in Eustis and Cambridge, Trails West, Cambridge Rehab and Fitness, Go Home Realty, Rachel Ann Photography, Greeley Concrete, and Binkelman Pharmacy. We'll take a short break, and then we will visit with Sam Bantam of Southern Valley. Of course, he is on the wrestling team. He's a senior there, and we will chat about the RPAC team title. You're listening to the RPAC Rundown Podcast. Now joining us on the RPAC Rundown Podcast is Sam Bantam, a senior at Southern Valley. He's on the wrestling team. The Eagles are RPAC champs. They won the team title on Saturday in Cambridge. Now, Sam, I'll just begin with the easy one that came to mind, because, it was a team that, a lot of people on paper may not have thought win the RPAC title in wrestling. Up until recent weeks, you guys started wrestling really well. But as a team, was it a goal to win RPAC this year?
Yeah, I would say it was, along with probably placing at our home meet and districts, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, like you said, it was a goal, so maybe it was something that you and the team kind of expected to do, but what was your reaction on Saturday when that score came up that, hey, Southern Valley is going to be the team champions at ARP?
It was definitely a good feeling. We worked really hard, so feels good for it to finally pay off.
Yeah. Now, it was kind of an interesting situation. You guys as a team wrestled really well, but you didn't have a single individual champion, but how cool was it to see throughout the entire day the team wrestle really well?
It's pretty awesome. I think it really shows our team unity and how well we all work together, and it really shows how everyone put in their effort and just work together.
Yeah. Yeah, very unique situation. It shows that things like that can happen. Even if you don't get a bunch of first placers, you can win a team title. Now, it's a little bit different this year. You've got Rudy Glur in charge; he's the head coach, and then you have some other guys on the staff like Mike Stalder and others like that. Of course, Coach Glur, he coached for many years, but now he's back at the helm. What's it been like to be under his coaching?
I really like him as a coach. He's came in and helped us fix any mistakes we would have, or just things we need to work on. He's also really helped us with our conditioning this year. That's been probably one of our biggest factors in our success, and I think it's really helped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, I'm sure as you stepped into a senior role, some of the roles have changed, especially from a leadership standpoint. How has that changed for you specifically, Sam?
It's definitely had me have to step up, and but it is nice because we do have 5 of us, so we can take turns leading the group if we need, and if someone's not really feeling it, then somebody else can step up and be there. for people.
That's awesome. That's awesome to have a good group of seniors like that. You can kind of rely on one another and stuff. So yeah, that's great. So you mentioned you got districts coming up. There's a little bit of the wrestling season left. It's crazy how fast it goes every single year, it seems like. But as you get going on towards the end of the season, what are some individual goals you have for yourself?
Some individual goals would be to get better, and continue placing at meets, and obviously the big one, going to state, would be really cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's just about a little over or it's not quite a month away. It's about 3 weeks away, it looks like, if I'm looking at my calendar right now. This season, like we talked about, it was kind of one of those things that you guys have just gotten better and better as the season goes on. But to date, what's the favorite memory you have this year so far, Sam?
I think I'm gonna have to go with probably winning RPAC. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty recent memory, but it's a good one, I'm sure. I'm
Yeah,
sure it is.
definitely.
So, all right, now we've got a few fun ones for you, Sam. Some rapid fire questions we'll do. Kind of this or that type of questions. Would you rather text someone or call someone?
I think I go with call someone.
Gotcha. Yeah, communication a little bit easier over the phone than texting
Yeah,
someone. So, all right, hamburger or hot dog?
hamburger.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice. All right. We're in winter, which the last few days it hasn't felt like it. It's been like 60 degrees the last couple of days. But what's better, summer or winter for you?
Summer. There's more activities to do in the summer, and I just don't like the cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I love TV shows. I love movies too. So I thought I'd ask you this one. What I would lean more on the TV side, but would you rather watch a TV show or watch a movie?
I'd have to go with TV show. There's just more to it, and
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
more of
Yeah. And you can knock out a lot of episodes if you need to,
yeah, that
depending on.
gets yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then last one for you, Sam. Go somewhere for a vacation or have a staycation at home.
I'd say go somewhere. I like spending time with my family, so if
Mhm.
I'm with them, it's usually a good time.
Now
Stays interesting.
I'm dropping one on you here. Where's a vacation you want to go? Is there somewhere you haven't been before that you'd like to go?
I'd like to go to see like the mountains in
Hmm.
Colorado
Hmm.
again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's kind of our family's happy place. We like going out to Colorado. We enjoy it a lot. So, well, hey, Sam, thanks a bunch for the time. Congratulations. As you know, an individual, you wrestled really well at RPAC, and as a team champions. And then down the road, good luck. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back. You know what time it is. It's time to announce the RPAC Rundown Athletes of the Week, brought to you by First Central Bank. Let's plan for tomorrow together. First Central Bank, member FDIC. Our female athlete of the week goes to Maddie Flock of Maxwell. Last week, before the RPAC tournament, she had 25 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals in their win over Sand Hills Valley. She set a new individual school record for 3-pointers in a game with 7 of them. Now, our male athletes of the week, we have 2 of them, so it's a co-award this week. First, Jeremy Felix of Alma. He was named the RPAC champion at 190 pounds, all while achieving his 150th career win, setting a new school record for career takedowns with 285, which was previously held by his brother, Joseph Felix, and career pins at 112. Our other male athlete of the week goes to the entire Southern Valley wrestling team. They won the RPAC championship on Saturday. That was the 25th of January, as they scored 152.5 points, and they didn't win a single weight class. It was really impressive to see how they wrestled as a team. So those were our athletes of the week, brought to you by First Central Bank, member FDIC. That's going to do it for this week's episode of the RPAC Rundown podcast. Of course, we have to thank all of our great sponsors for the RPAC Rundown podcast, like JBK Operating LLC, Scouts Recreation, First Central Bank, Cross Diamond Cattle Company, Tri-Valley Medical Foundation, and Prairie Girl Candle Company. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Next week's podcast, we will talk about the RPAC basketball tournament. It should be a great pod also. Hey, thanks a bunch. We'll catch you later.